Alrighty. Let me take that off. Alright. Actually, don't have what skills. I think I'm going to try taking 1 point dark ritual. Get more chances of life leech might be more helpful. Alright. Yo, howdy. Yeah, just doing some overgeared runs on different characters, bring them up to 500. This one only needs 2 runs-ish. If I can catch them on experience. Yeah, you can tell all this gear's pretty overgeared for the character, so I shouldn't die. Doesn't mean I won't, but I shouldn't die. Oh, I was trying double edge last time I was on this character. I'm gonna do something a little bit safer this time. And just run Impetuous Apprentice for the ritual cooldown. What do I want to start off with? There are very few skills that even matter. Like the Fire Lash and the Life Siphon are the bigger ones, so I'll just start with the Life Siphon. If I get a ritual down the road, that'll help. Having a higher level character, yeah, I'm basically bringing up the tail here. Let's see. My wizard's level 820, so I can get much higher level gear than my level 484 warlock. And then it's just having the stats to fill out the gear. I'm at the point where spells really aren't that effective, so a lot of the builds fall into weapon builds. So I'll be using an Axe to the Warlock. That is not the recommended way to play the game for the majority of the game, but weapons kind of bend the rules of the game once you get pretty high. Alright. I'll do everything except things that lower the amount of monsters on screen, because I want to kill monsters for experience. Well, that's a nice starting off. Normally I would whirlwind a bunch, but because I got that very particular monument there, I'm going to want to dash as often as I can. The additional speed. As long as I can keep up Nova. This is annoying. Spending a bunch of time doing this chest, but I have the dash to make up for it. I'll take the life leech. More health is never bad. And my subclass is not pulling very much weight at all here. The only potential upside I get from it is the evasion, if I get the talents for it, for the vortex. But that's because warlocks were not built to do weapon damage. It's just that weapon damage, again, takes over everything. Now you may see me just walking by the scrolls and the resource crates. And that's because they really fall off in what they provide. The scrolls are like 40,000 experience, and I need a couple million for a level. They're barely worth picking up. And the resource crates are not much better. In fact, they're not better, they're worse. Like, I got 20 resources there. I was hoping he'd be nice and show me a trade here with resources. He would not, but single trade will get me thousands of resources from that guy. Another speedy one there. Likewise, all the early game mobs give really poor experience, so I'll kill them if they're in my immediate path, but I will not go out of my way to do so. I think I got both secrets. Yes, I did. Yeah, because all my damage is physical. The earth one does take just a tad bit longer. But still, easy boss fight. Only has one secret, so it's gonna find it off the bat like that. My rogue is so high, I can bring extra support rats, which is also nice. Well, no more swiftness monuments for me, because I got the general 10% speed buff from that guy. That's sad, but starting off with two of them, I can't complain. Alright, let's see if I'm as lucky with the secret this time around. I am. Hi, combo, please. Thank you. No? Okay. Not enough to start a combo there. There's the good old Flame Lash. Flame Lash is much better at getting procs for your essence. So it is actually a great tool for healing and mana. Don't need the mana at all, but if I did, I'm still running one of the spell power based builds. That'd be a great early find. Can without trance. Nothing to the left over there, okay. That's mildly useful. Yeah, and there's pretty much nothing else I need to pick up from perks the rest of the run if I... So I really don't need to stop by it, but... Force a habit, I probably will. And since past this point, I'll want to start killing things for experience once I get to barracks. I'll probably have to be clearing the whole map. Well, I definitely will. The behind in levels. So I might as well pick up stuff as I walk by them. There we go. Oh, this time that just slightly. That's fine. A little bit of Shadow Curse, never hurt no one. I say that, but 13 Shadow Curses could mean what? Minus 800 armor for the 12 I have. Not 15. Looks nice there. Alright. How far behind am I anyway?
How'd it go? Something bad happened?
Nope, nope. Just streaming now. I press the push talk button. I'm about to finish the first floor of barracks. And I'm just way behind on experience. Well, that was the example from earlier. So yeah, like the resource trades aren't worth it because you just got almost 7,000 stone from that one trade. Getting a lot of gear that you're wanting to get now, it's going to come from the map because the epic enchantments provide several item levels worth of investment. Let's say that's the word. That's a good word to use. That basically get add on to the item and you can get it much earlier. Early on, they are very expensive to enchant all the way up, or take the blacksmith and upgrade, I should say. But honestly, that's kind of the way to go, as long as it's one that is useful, because not all of them are very useful. And some of them have periods where they're useful. Like, shielding is very effective very early in the game, but it drops off pretty quickly, and it's not effective against things that hit a lot, like wisps, which is where you'll eventually find yourself dying a lot, if you're not careful. Yeah, shielding is good at preventing one big attack, not a bunch of small attacks, and eventually you'll be very good at avoiding the one big attacks. Except for the court archers. But we don't talk about the court archers. Well, we do, but only to complain. Yeah, right now I am 10 levels behind the content. So I am definitely not catching up. I might have to use some maps or something, or do a run twice to get back to 500. Or, not 500, but, once I clear this, my cap will be 500. So... yeah, I think last time I was running on this guy, I was just seeing how quickly I could do the runs without caring about enemies, but, you know, get you behind very quickly, especially the higher you get. Ooh. Lots of perks for healing. Not so many perks for avoiding or mitigating damage. I can still take a bunch like I did there. Oh, I got 2 speed items right there, so that's gonna be good. Which is actually not true that I don't have methods of mitigation. The Warlock's method of mitigation is just being near things and just gaining a bunch of extra health from their passive stacking ability. But it's more increasing EHP than actual mitigation, but that coupled with their healing is in a way damage mitigation. It's not nearly as bad a situation as the rogue is in. Which, not sure if people watching and seeing play and get increasingly annoyed with how squishy rogue is at high levels. They are. And they're one of the few guild bonuses that actually, like, really matters. Yeah, even though I overgear these archers, I've learned not to let my hubris just assume that I'll live, because they can very quickly get a triple or quadruple arrow shot on you if you're not careful. And then you're dead. Doesn't matter that you're overgeared. Thankfully, the healing of a warlock does mean that you can recover from them much quicker than a lot of other classes, but you still don't want to make them. I'd probably say they're the third beefiest class in the game if I were to start ranking them. Wizard and Warrior being the ones that have a leg up. Barrier does a lot of lifting for the Transmutation Wizard. Alright, I think that's everything on the map. I have not been lucky on experience items this run. I'm almost wondering if it's just more worthwhile to skip this and then just aim for a run, gaining more experience on a run that I do get lucky on. Yeah. I don't think I found a single experience item. I think 69 is the default run. 2 pieces of learning. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that whole thing. Get further behind so I can catch up later. I was wondering if they were going to show back up, and they were like, oh, well, you're done. You're just going to leave now. Okay, gonna get some combo real quick. There we go. Was potentially a bit dangerous there. Thankfully, I have good healing. Good healing will not save you from getting one shot, though, so here you can still pay attention to summons. So I actually had myself in a bad position. He would have slammed on that other attack. That was a no-no on me I need to watch out on. I need to pick up some more decks because I'm feeling not being low on this guy. Not bad for a 3-minute run. Only got 3 levels from the run, so yeah, I got further behind. Kind of expected that, though. If I take off the helm... Alright, I'm almost at the point where I'm going to be wearing all 700 gear, so keep that going for now. Next after that. Hmm. I could do some quick for some experience, but it's not really worth it. Yeah, let's try. Do we have any barracks? Yeah, I'll do bandits. Mainly looking for the uncommon trinkets. See if I can get a experience book or book of enlightenment. It's a long shot, but there's only so many commons. I'm also picking up any ore if I find any on the way. Means opening resource crates, which I usually ignore. I've already got pretty much the only green that matters is the drums, so I don't need to go and check all the boxes. Because like, there are other things with minor damage upgrades, but the drums is pretty much a 2x multiplier for damage. So comparatively, everything else sucks. And I already make quick work of the creatures. It still may not be worth experience-wise. I'll take a look after I'm done how close and how much it actually got me. Most of it's going to come from the boss, though. So. Oh, is he just sitting on a corner up there? Oh, he started following me. Okay. Alright. I just completely missed. I even walked past him. Alright, time for the fight of the century. Like, I don't know when you would ever even use electric. Like, there is no good build that relies on doing lightning damage. And on top of that, a strength-based build. None of these have any use. I mean, not that matters, because they're below level I would use, but it just, like, I wish there was smarter item pooling. I almost got A level. And I got a couple ores out of it. It's really not worth it. I'd be better off just skipping stuff and... keep running until I hope I make a mistake. Is this an 80? This is 86 I'll be doing. All right. 96, okay. Let me get the whole recording thing set up for this so I can post that. So I like to post the 6s. Alright. So this is the gear I'm currently wearing. Oh, the titles I currently have. Oh, take 4 training off there. All right. We've got some more luck, starting off with the sprint again. Let's hope I can get an early Book of Enlightenment this time around. Not going to catch up to 500, but I can at least catch up if I do. Oh, fire. I'll take it. Yeah, with this will be one more down for level 500. Nice. And then I only have 3 left. Good old warrior, paladin, and sorcerer. I'm so looking forward to leveling the sorcerer. So much. They have such a good weapons build. I say that, they don't play very much differently than the Warlock does, though. Because any benefit they get is purely defensive for weapons. Because they're supposed to be a spell-based class, but, again, spells fall apart at the end game, where they're much less efficient. Like, I could still run one and win. It would just take me twice as long. Hmm. Oh, crest. I'll take that. Protect charm. Why not? 10% flat damage reduction. Already got the 2 secrets, so just need to get the orb and be out. Oh, stunning whip. Good. Oh, there's the Book of Enlightenment. That's nice. And we got one of the medals. So if we get another one, we'll have both of the experience equipment options for trinkets, which puts us way further along and much more reason to actually kill Quartz and Dark Halls. Because all the experience stuff is multiplicative with each other. So getting a 40% and a 20% is really 1.4 times 1.2. Which... you know... 1 point... or 168% experience, not just 160. If my math's wrong, feel free to correct me, but like I said, I can't math and talk and walk at the same time. Okay, we've got one secret so far. Oh, there's it. Oh, I should have tried to put Double Edge back on for this run, since it's on the 6s. They've been working out pretty well, honestly, because of all the healing. And the 25% crit chance is a significant buff. It does make me a lot squishier. Simply because the amount of healing is reduced that I would normally get. But as long as I was careful, it was clearing things pretty quick. I do feel a bit of a slowdown. I'm taking that off for these runs. It's a very risky drink until you get to insane levels of generation. It just happens that that's what I'm approaching. Alright, what's up here? These are all worthless, so I'll take that one. get the second piece of the metal set, that would be great. I don't care if it's the blue or the common. Just give me one, please. Alright, what's down here? Yeah, with weapons builds, there's just so many dud greens. It's like, don't care about any of the spell equipment sets that I used to. Or the dragons, or the holy set. And then there's a bunch that proc off of doing stuff with spells that I don't care about. With the exception being drums, because that's the only reason I have spells keybound. It's the proc drums. It's such a big DPS increase. It's fun. And then I get 3 choices here that I actually want. Let's see. Nothing there, that's good. Alright. Yeah, I'd say there were no trades I wanted. Okay, cool. $6,000 wood is not much, but I'm not going to trade it for something that's functionally useless. Those drums, I might consider it. See nothing over there. All right. Slowly starting to catch up on levels. The first essence count is a lot more valuable than the rest of them, but up next there for an extra percent. It's never bad. Oh, more experience. There we go. More speed. There we double go. Yeah, thanks to my rogue, like I said, trap damage doesn't bother me at all. I'm gonna pop out my Discord chat real quick. Because nothing's going on and y'all getting some background. Alright, there we go. I think I've already done a good bit to catch up thanks to the book. Now I have both. Let's see. What am I starting? Barracks with 89 with 32% in. Alright. 11 down. Now we're looking at the end of barracks. Oh, skills cost no mana. That's great. I really appreciate that buff almost as much as I appreciate 100% gold game. Two of the best buffs in the game. went with the offensive choices there. That's just one of the snaps, right? We haven't got the other one yet. It's probably near the exit. Or I could just be blind and pass through there. Or not get past myself. No. So 70% of a level already. From one level barracks, that's not bad. Oh, yep, just passed it and just ignored it. And, you know, I didn't need to pay attention to it because it was that. But, that's fair. Alright. Cleared out the Shadow Curse, so that's good. Oh, Guns of Battle, that's a big DPS boost there. There's the second one. Oh, Assassin Fence. Well, at least I can do more damage to the banners, because banners never are aware of your presence. So, you know, it's a DPS boost to banners. At the very least. Very few things otherwise get surprised with a giant swing, two-handed axe heading in their direction. It's better than the half a dozen trinkets that do literally nothing. Even if what it does is incredibly minor. Yeah, if anybody has any questions about anything, feel free to wheel them into the chat. I'm not the best at walking and talking, but I am occasionally capable of it. Otherwise, I'm just going to make random comments from here, complaining about port archers and how experience gaining at the late game sucks. You know, you want to hear those on repeat, you know, I can say them a few more times. But again, I don't mind answering questions if anybody has any about the game or, you know, just anything really. I'm gonna try to. There we go. That was a good pre-axe spam. Can I get both with this? There we go. Yeah, so how about them court archers? They're pretty much the sole reason I don't... They're not sole reason. They're a large part of the reason I don't pick up any mercenaries ever, because their arrows have the ability to pierce up to 999 units. And I don't want my archers, or the mercenaries, running up and having the archers start firing in my general direction while I'm twice as far out. It's just not fun. And that's the reason I also think spiders are the worst trinket in the game, because they give you permanent mercenaries, basically. And they're just as useless at dealing damage. Well, extra 20% damage, I'll take that, because there is no DPS perks for a warlock. These are all just defensive ones. It's the reason why this is quite a bit slower than the warrior, despite being higher level, because a higher level after a certain point means things are quicker, not slower. And I am well past that. Alright, now only 8 levels behind. Definitely not going to catch up all the way, but going to make good progress. Yep, that's everything. Alright. Combo going. Yeah, thankfully with Warlock being incredibly tanky, I do not need to play this as witchy as I do with my rogue. But you don't want to let the hubris of playing a tanky class go to your head, because you can still die. And if dying means a lot of wasted time. Well, if you're in forts, you can generally fast travel back, and if you're strong enough, you can just hit bosses, which... you won't get the experience, but on the warrior I had to do that because I got cocky, and that second cleanup run was only a 7-minute run, so it's not too bad. But if you have to do a whole another full run, basically, learning your limits is important. All too bad. Those are also bad. Oh, 6 levels behind. Oh, there's a secret. I was about to say that I hadn't seen it yet. Alright. Let's see if I can get 2 snake heads at the beginning. Nope. Oh, maybe? Nope. There we go. Did pick up a leeching ritual, which will help with packs of these. Let's do something stupid like that. I walked out, put it down, and immediately walked out. Oh, no, you can't pick it, so. No matter the difficulty, twists are a pain in the arse. Actually, it's not true. Early game with the shield, they become trivial. But they're elemental damage, so I eventually outscale the shield reduction the way it works. And then they just become painful again. That's not because they're elemental damage, just only has the scaler as basically anything you put on gear, which you won't put anything on gear ever, and warlock levels. Yeah, the amount that you can put on gear is so terribly statted that it is virtually never worth it. Am I in danger? I think I might be. But yet so much of the experience of the game is tied up here that if you're trying to catch up, You have to clear the wisps, even though they are annoyingly deadly. Not really paying attention. Oh, this is gonna be not fun. I see we got a couple more people. Sorry that you get to join the fun part of the run where it's me just being a coward around wisps for 10-15 minutes. Now only 5 levels behind. Since nobody's asked me more questions, I'm just going to go ahead and restate the common complaint of, man, I wish experience at high levels was better. Because having to kill everything like this kind of sucks. If the enemies weren't so annoying, it might be a little less aggravating. It was still pretty bad. Alright. Alrighty there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some more Phoenix Feathers. A 40-minute run. That's not that bad for doing a full clear of barracks, courts, and dark halls. And I got 8 levels. So, you know, that's something. Alright, I do think I'm going to head out for now, so Godspeed and enjoy the rest of your night.